And we're back. I'm Chuck Bennett, and this is Talkish. I'm going to let Mikey introduce our very beautiful next guest. Mikey?
My friend Natalie Miramontes with
Miramontes.
Miramontes.
Look, you look like that.
Chuck.
You can't say Miramontes. You gotta put some.
my gringo way.
Mira, because you have to see me.
Yeah,
Hey.
That's what that
baby,
means.
come on now.
Say it.
Go.
Miramontes, or you can say Miramontes. Oh, Miramontes.
Yes. So Natalie and I have been friends and worked together for
A long
a long time now.
Yep.
And Natalie came from the NBA dance world. She started with the Golden State Warriors.
Really?
And ended up, she was there, what, 4 years?
4 years, yep. So 2007, I started with the NBA, and I moved here in 2011, and I've been with the Pistons since. So it's been 9 years.
Why did you
9
move
long
here?
years.
They recruited her, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they did a change in the office, and my coach got a position here. And then I figured because I didn't know what route I wanted to go, maybe this would be the best way to like train myself to learn the ins and outs of starting a new team. Not to think, I thought I'd be here for a year and that's it. I'm like, oh, why not? So literally within 2 weeks, I'm like, packed my bags up and I just left. And all I knew about this place was the 8 Mile, if I'm being completely honest. But
It happens.
yeah, but you know, and
she
now
got
it's been
she
9
got a
years.
bottle
I've
of
been
8
here.
Mile vodka last night.
I did get a bottle
You've
of
been
it.
here 9 years now?
Yeah.
9 years,
So
and
this is home now. You
it
love
is
right?
home, yeah. And I've been able to build myself from my everything. I've just been able to build myself here, like mentally, physically, everything. So it's been a quick change for me.
Do you have
But I enjoy it.
extensions?
I don't. This is all me.
All right.
Yeah.
I know. Chuck and his extension.
Talking about your sister's career, her path. You
No,
talking
it's
about
fu-
some darn extension.
You know, I've had that
I
asked.
don't know what you do with. Did they ever?
I
get
had,
great, babe.
I've had somebody grab my hair once and say, oh, "Okay, good. Thank God those are extensions." And I was like, "Are
See
you
there?
goddamn?
Come on.
Are you kidding me?"
Look, me and Natalie are right here.
So
we
you know
what?
what?
we
That
talking
means I
about.
have good hair, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. So you danced here for like a year or a year and a half?
Yeah, so a year and half of the season, and then I got the position, and I could have kept dancing. I don't know if I was quite ready to be done, but I knew, obviously, if I'm going to be coaching, that I want to have all the respect towards me, and just take myself
Wow,
fully
so
away
you were
from that.
you were young when you got that position.
Yeah, I was.
We don't have to, I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Go ahead.
Let's see, 2011. I think I was 26, 20. Yeah,
Nice.
26.
So exactly what does your job entail? What are your responsibilities?
She's a babysitter to a whole bunch of women. Young,
Yeah.
young women.
I mean, it just depends on like certain coaches don't even dance and they just coach and they just micromanage. But I do dance still. I even teach classes out here. So for me,
Wait a
it's
minute,
just
how do you do that? I mean, how do you coach and not dance?
I do dance because then I choreograph and then I
No,
teach
but
them.
how do you said there are some others who just coach and who don't dance?
Because they just hire choreographers to come in, so then they'll just clean them. So they're very good at being very anal on cleaning a team. But yeah, but then you lose the respect sometimes. I think
Basically, they
personally.
judge but not do. Don't practice what they preach.
Sometimes.
She said,
I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, I don't know.
I didn't say
Yes,
that.
basically, she's
I'll
just
say it
trying
for
to
you.
be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but I mean,
And-
it's a good advantage though because then you know your dancers respect you more, and then what you
Yeah.
want on the court is what you're giving. So
Right.
if I'm continuing to give my full out and I'm showing you exactly what I want, then
Yeah.
I expect that.
Do you hire the dancers?
Exactly.
You hire the dancers?
Yeah.
What do you
Usually I
look-
have a judge panel as well. So it's
Okay,
me.
so what is the criteria? Say I'm a sexy, young, talented dancer girl.
Just a girl. Well, I want a woman. No. But
Response.
yeah. I
What
mean,
are
it's
the
everything. It's like
ages?
the full package. So I mean, you have to be 18 years old right when the season starts in order to be on the team.
Is there a cap? You 18?
No,
to
there's
what?
not a cap. No.
All right, so
No
But I
age
wish-
discrimination, Chuck.
I am a 78-year-old
Hey, if you still-
girl.
Hey,
you
if you
got
got it, you
Okay.
look the part, then
They don't
amen to you.
discriminate.
All right, so go on.
Yeah, so obviously we want a cultural team, so you want to have diversity for one, so you don't want all girls that look the same. So that's a big part, which sucks because some girls are really talented, and then you're like, wow, that girl looks just like the girl next to her. So it's kind of like a battle between the two. So sometimes we
But
put them in
sometimes
positions.
are you looking specifically like we want a chocolate brown?
Oh yeah,
girl?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially me coming from the Bay, like we had a diverse team. We had like, the Filipinos, you had your Asians, you had your black, you were white, everything. So it worked. Here it's a little bit different. You don't have as many diversity that come out, but it's just kind of like reaching out to the public.
How many ladies are on the team?
Last year was 21, but I'm taking that back down. So like a normal team would be like 18 dancers, but this
And do you
year
use them
obviously
all
it'll
at
be
once?
a lot smaller.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, I use them all at once. Yeah.
So-
Other teams can say different. I think every team does a different
Yeah.
criteria or how they want to do things. But here, yeah, I use them all at once. But this year is obviously going to be a little bit different based off of what.
With picking your new team and tryouts and what's going on with that?
Well, that's what we're working on right now. So right now we're just kind of building a what can work so we can keep the safety and healthiness of who comes out to audition. So that does give other people opportunities though, because now we can go virtually for half of it. So I'm building like where we can do some in-house. Maybe
Yeah.
if we work
Well,
with
then we can
Lifetime.
kind of narrow it down too.
Yeah, and then I can have a little more people
Yeah.
involved. But it's cool because then you can find people from out of state that
Right.
maybe are interested, but they can't afford to come out here. But if they know they have a position, then now I can find
Right.
the different looks and stuff that maybe it'll
Were
take
you
to be the
a
full package.
cheerleader in high school or college?
I was not, but that's
No?
because my high school out here in Michigan, it's like the college and high school are super big on their dance teams, and my schools out there, they don't really focus on that. So you're either in a dance team or you're in a hip hop group or something.
Yeah,
and that's what I
see
did
you
actually.
being a cheerleader.
No, not from my team. My school, I was like, oh God, this is more embarrassing than anything. But I did dance for a studio. But then I wanted to play volleyball, so I was like iffy, which is crazy because like I do love dancing, but I didn't fall for like in love with it until a guy came into my studio. I think my junior year, and he taught us like real hip hop because you can't really find that usually in studios.
Right.
And then we actually branched off when I graduated, and then we started a hip hop group called Soul Conspiracy. That's normal out in the Bay to be able to do hip hop groups, and then we just we'd pay to dance.
Right.
So then I went to a Warriors game, and they were in the playoffs then. Of course, when I started, they were gone. But and then I was like, oh, I want to do this, and then I did it. I tried out. I actually didn't prep properly, so everything I teach the girls now for auditions is completely different than what my experience was going for it.
Jetting is coming back in Detroit.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Have you ever thought about incorporating that?
We actually did. When I first moved here, we reached out to more people in Detroit and trying to get different vibes. So we had the D-Town crew. So I met a couple of the main
yeah.
jitters out here.
Yeah.
And that's for the first time I ever seen something like that. And so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, I
So
would.
do you
It's just kind of hard.
choreograph all of their routines?
Not all of them,
But
a lot
most
of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them I do. Yeah, but I teach a choreography pros camp in Arizona. That's what it's called, choreography pros. So I'm one of the instructors there. So like any team from around the Bay or the Bay, I keep saying the Bay now.
It's only been 9
Yeah,
years. Come on.
yeah, only 9 years. Still my home, but it's my. This
In
is
the
my.
D.
Yeah, now I'm in the D. But no, anywhere like in just around the states. Any NBA, NFL, college team, they're welcome to come to these camps, and we teach them choreography, and then they can take it back to their team. So for the question you guys had earlier, if coaches don't choreograph or do any of that, this is where they take them to these camps. So I use choreography from my friends as well.
How much do they make? Come on, girl. How much money do they make?
It's more so by exposure,
Let's just say,
Chuck.
yeah,
It's
let's just
exposure.
say they make their experience and they get a lot of perks going on that, and then they can take this to the next job that they have.
Yeah.
So yes, do they have other jobs? Do they go to school during this time? Yeah,
So most
but
of them have other things going on in their life.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yep.
Now, are there any girls who are like stars? Like maybe like there's a girl in the Bay Area that you want to bring to Detroit, and you will see if she'll come and work for you here.
I mean, you're always scouting. You know, we've had that happen before. But you have to think that comes with buying a house or not
Yeah.
buying a house,
That's
but
a whole
renting, getting a
commitment.
job. So it's a lot, but I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, I would love that.
But
But
we
that's
got enough
what's,
talent in Detroit.
but that's what's so awesome about
Give me the Cali. That's all
me
good.
teaching classes. And that's how I recruit, and that's how I
Yeah,
meet
she
people.
can groom them.
Do you get involved with their personal lives? I mean, in
Emotionally, I think, yeah. I think that's a lot that I feel like I do a satisfaction is because I do care about them individually.
Yeah.
And you have to think they come out of high school, some of them. So it's like I'm a mentor to them too. I'm not
Yeah.
just like their coach. So yes, is it tough love at times and they take it personal? But what's good about me, I mean, I have all brothers, so I'm not the petty kind of type of person. So for me,
Yeah.
like I just make sure I hit it on hand. Like I could tell when somebody's having a bad day. I'm like, what's going on? I'm always like right when it's happening. Like I'm very
Yeah.
aware of that stuff.
What are the butterflies,
it's
the
a lot.
nerves they go through when they're out there at a game performing in front of a packed house?
I feel like it makes everything worth it. Why they do this. I mean, practices are practices, but when they go out
Yeah.
there, I think this is what keeps them.
You ever have a
attending
girl
and
who
coming
was a
back.
hoe?
Damn, Chuck.
That is not on there.
What?
That is not
Chuck.
Damn. I mean,
What?
hey.
I mean, but that
Like,
could
you
be
mean
a
one of,
problem.
like, Santa's
If she's
girls,
trying
or-
to do all the players,
like a ho ho ho, like a Santa girl.
Oh, you
no,
can. Oh.
ho ho ho. I mean, okay, so who is like?
Well, let's just say if
promiscuous?
they are, they probably.
Have you ever
get
had to
caught.
fire anybody for getting involved with any players?
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, that just answers
So
your
there have been
question.
some hoes.
In a
There have been some hoes in this
Yeah,
house.
not.
respectful
I mean, I'm
way.
sure everywhere that maybe that, but then that's what we just kind of steer away from. We have to just remind the girls that like you are not the one. So
Let's get back to Jitten in Detroit. Let's pivot this
So
conversation for a
Natalie
moment.
is. I've worked with her because I've booked a lot of different halftime acts from
Yeah.
like TLC to CeeLo and the Watch Me Whip and Nene Kid and Ray
Thanks to you.
J. And, oh man, and they really work like they really get a routines together. They'll back up the artist that's performing, and that's one of the things that I got to say. Like when I book these artists, a lot of them are kind of like. At first, kind of weird, like a Pistons halftime show, and then when they show up to sound check, and there's 21 girls there, and they have a routine to their song, they're like,
and it's not even just
kinda
us. You have like all our lighting crew, our production,
Yeah,
everybody.
it's
The way
such
we
a big
put
production.
And
yeah.
it's a lot of hard work too. I think
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize
The commitment.
how much work goes into what you do and what the team does
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. They think that we just show up for a game and we dance and that's it.
Practice
Right.
a week in a normal situation.
In a normal situation, it'd be like 3 times a week. But then if you have to think if we have like 3 games that week, then you're together every day. Like in February, usually like February-ish, maybe December, like we're together every single day almost.
Yeah, that's
You're
like-
more than your own
Really?
family. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's very exhausting. So that's
Yeah.
why I say like when they're at the games and they're in the front, then they're like, this is all worth it. Like the stress that they go through to get to there. Plus, maintaining your fitness, maintaining your look, and then balancing everything else that you have going on.
Do you
on the
ever
outside.
perform anymore?
They always make me perform once a year at least.
wait,
Really?
you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was thinking.
I
like,
didn't get the chance this year, which I was like, whew, thank you. But,
So like, what if somebody doesn't show up?
then we just have to reset. So we'll just reset in the back before a performance.
You
But then
do what?
also
reset.
reset like the formations.
Oh, really?
So things just
That's
happen.
simple.
You got to be ready.
Really?
So when you do perform, is it a particular game, end of the season?
Oh, yeah, it's
Every
more
game.
towards the end of the season because like
Oh, when you.
We want to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
when
yeah.
you perform.
Exactly.
We're gonna put that out.
Well, I don't know.
why don't you just come to one of my classes?
There you go.
We
Chuck.
should
Why
come
don't you
and dance.
participate?
Oh, I can't dance.
Oh, that's right. White,
Chuck-
white
Chuck's
boys
like-
can't dance.
We were at the club a couple weeks, a month ago or whatever, and Chuck spilled, but he's like, "Look at this," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Josh is dancing. I'm videotaping this." It was. I can't
That
dance
was
either,
funny.
but.
There were, yeah.
Dancing is not one of my talents.
No,
I
it's
own
not.
that, and it is what
You know
it
what? A
is.
lot of people say that, and then they start like getting the confidence, and they come more often.
just have to kinda
And then, well, you
Hold
have to
on.
think. I
Where
worked
you
at
live.
like
Teach
you
us
know?
how to dance.
I can teach anybody.
Okay.
Can you really?
Yeah. That's what I feel good about.
You gotta
Because
come back
sometimes
on
I
the
have
show.
auditions,
You
and then
come
like
back.
there's some girls that come to every prep class, and then I just see how motivated they are, and it's like we need that look, and then you're
Really?
like, yeah. Then I just know that I'll have to put extra time in, and then I'll just come earlier to practices, like 2-3 hours before, and then I train them a little bit more than and I give everybody that opportunity on my own time, but I mean you got to do
I
the
want
job
you to come
make.
back and teach Josh and Mikey how to dance.
I'm tempted.
Okay.
And
And
if you
Darren
can- if
McCarty.
if you
I
can,
got you.
if you can get
You
by-
see TikTok? I mean, it's blowing up. You think those are all dancers? Absolutely not.
Oh.
There was no. They're not dancers. Not all of them. It's all in the mind.
Yeah. Natalie, you have been an absolute pleasure. And we
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for
You come
keeping it
back
G-rated.
and teach them. Come back, teach them how to dance while I watch.
Cool.
Yeah.
I,
chuckle, drink, and make fun of
We'll
us.
see that foot tapping, and then we'll probably get you up
Okay.
eventually.
Yeah, we're special. We definitely need some help.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, brother has
Sure,
no
I
red,
got you.
sorry.
This is Talkish. We'll be right back.
Thank you.